suggestion and opponent to affirmative action, Ward Contra said that he is opposed to giving reparation payments to African Americans who live in California. Here's what he told Fox News.
We know that we have some problems in the country, and we're working through them. Problems relate to a lot of identities, but this is a bad idea.
Contra, who is African American, said he's concerned that those who live outside of California will come here to claim the money. And President of San Francisco NAACP, Reverend Elon Brown, tells NBC Bay Area that the current plan lacks details on how to pay for it.
Not one member of that board said we support reparation to taxpayers, and with a definite plan of how to do it and a timeline to do it.
The San Francisco Reparations Advisory Committee plans to submit their complete report in June.
This morning, the Federal Reserve is considering another interest rate hike amid concerns about the health of the banking industry. CBS News business analyst Bill Schlesinger on CBS Morning said not doing another rate hike would be bad. It sends a signal that they are spooked about what's going on. And if we're really believing that this is mostly about confidence and we need to shore confidence, I hear that the most likely path for this continuing is a 1/4 percentage point increase. The Federal Reserve meeting is scheduled to go for the next couple of days. Many economists expect central bankers to raise interest rates a 1/4 point to just about 4.75% on Wednesday.
Other economic news this morning, 9,000 additional Amazon workers will soon be out of a job. The new round of cuts come after more than 18,000 employees were let go late last year as DashCam made the announcement. Employees working in various sectors like human resources will be affected this time around.
This morning there seems to be some confusion over the most recent storm front hitting California. Is it an atmospheric river or a pineapple express? Here's KFBK's Rick Tennant. NASA says the term atmospheric river was created in 1994. They say it applies to any weather phenomenon that transports large quantities of water vapor and causes flood-worthy rain. The pineapple express, on the other hand, came about in the 1960s by weathercasters after they discovered heavy storms filled with tropical moisture from Hawaii moved west to California. With that, all storms called the Pineapple Express are atmospheric rivers. But not all atmospheric rivers are tropical, so they're not all Pineapple Express. Hope that clears things up. Free tennis, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Hughes County Sheriff says he will give tickets to drivers who go around barricades during storms and have to be rescued. KFBK's Mike Pocket has more on that.
And I don't know if they're stupid, don't care about their safety, but the problem is that when they get stuck, then we have to fix members of first rescue out there.
Sheriff Torioni says this puts his staff at risk because drivers won't follow civil directives.
He says they will now start taking action against these drivers. They have to risk their lives, they will need to follow what the signs. It costs money, it potentially puts the lives of first responders in danger.
Tony says they will start ticketing these drivers for disobeying these signs during storms. Mike Pocket, KFBK, Sacramento News Radio.
Cleanup this morning of the streets of Paris following another night of unrest. Protests entered another day following the failure of a no confidence motion against President Emmanuel Macron. Fires burned in the streets and police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd. ABC's Inez de la Terra has more. French President Emmanuel Macron's government narrowly survived a no-confidence vote held on Monday by the French Parliament. This comes after Macron tried to push through his controversial plan to reform pensions without a vote. Thousands across France responding by taking to the streets or going on strike. 278 members of Parliament voted in favor of the no-confidence motion. 287 votes were needed to topple government. Unions are planning another massive day of protest on Thursday. Inez de la Terra, ABC News, Paris.
Now for our featured audio clip this hour, one of the popular talking points among left-leaning Democrats recently is that Republicans and conservatives are unable to define what it means to be woke. Well, if they had asked Vivek Ramaswamy, a businessman and Republican presidential candidate, they would have gotten their answer. Here's how he defines what it means to be woke. It is our featured audio clip this hour.
You want to know what it means to be woke? It means you believe that your identity is based on your race, your gender, and your sexual orientation. And that there's an invisible power structure in the laws of nature that say that if you're white, you're straight, and you're cis, and you're male, then you're at the top of that hierarchy. And if you aren't one of those things, then you're on the bottom of that hierarchy. between those oppressors and those who they oppress. And that's how human relationships work. That's what it means to be woke. Further, it means you also believe that you need to correct for that hierarchy, that you need to solve it by using any means necessary, not just political power, but economic power and cultural power to correct for those invisible societal injustices. That's not just my definition, that's the definition used by people who were proponents of the woke movement just a decade ago.
He may be the most articulate candidate in the field.
I mean, he definitely adds to the discussion, and there have been those in the Republican Party that say he probably doesn't have a chance, but his voice is needed in that way.
I think he's going to start tracking in the polls. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with what that analyst said, with what you just said. And maybe not a chance to win this thing, but he could gain some significant ground.
Well, I mean, you know, it's so interesting because you ask people what woke means, and depending on which side of the political aisle they are on, they'll give you a different answer. I mean, some say, look, it's just awareness of issues related to racism, discrimination, social justice, and support of policies or cultural changes to rectify it. And then others will say, no, it's a worldview using the lens of Marxism, where you divide people into oppressors and oppressed, and individualism is replaced with collectivism, and abolition of tradition and foundations of society are replaced. So those would be like the two sides. But Ron gave it pretty good down the middle.
I thought so too. But like you just said, I've heard both of those definitions be used.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to nail it down, but his definition is about as close to down the middle as I've heard.
Time out is 8:08, and it's time for your top global and national stories on KFK News Radio. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
From ABC News, Sherry Preston. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is trying to assure Americans that the banking system is solid and their money is safe.
The situation is stabilizing, and the U.S. banking system remains sound.
Yellen speaking at the American Bankers Association following the collapse of Silicon Valley and Signature Bank.
Well, we don't yet have all the details about the collapse of the two banks. We do know that the recent developments are very different than those of the global financial crisis.
And she says quick action to get deposits back reassured Americans. The Fed meeting today and tomorrow about interest rates, says ABC's Rebecca Jarvis.
Soon we will find out whether any of this changes the Fed's decision on rate hikes tomorrow. Goldman Sachs says they do not expect the Fed to hike rates at all. Others on Wall Street are pricing in a small rate hike. That would mean borrowing gets more expensive and most immediately on your credit card. So this does have a ripple effect on everybody.
No school today for more than 500,000 students in Los Angeles. Support staff like bus drivers and special education assistants are on strike at the public schools, and teachers are walking the picket lines in solidarity. ABC's Kana Whitworth says they're asking for better pay and working conditions.
The school superintendent says not only did he come to the table with a historic offer, but that he made himself available all day Monday to discuss this, and he says nobody even came to the table. He said he'll be available again today. He wants to resolve this issue.
No word yet on any indictment against former President Donald Trump in the Stormy Daniels hush money investigation.
On social media, Trump called for protest, and that has drawn the attention of law enforcement. Intelligence bulletins obtained by ABC News warn of a significant increase in threats and violent rhetoric, and say some of Trump's most ardent supporters are still willing to fight on his behalf.
ABC's Aaron Katursky outside the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. You're listening to ABC News.
8:10 is the time for us to check on traffic. Here's Roy.
Got an accident in the Palatines area, westbound 50. This is right before Ridgeway Drive. Looks like it's a two-car crash. It's blocking it's a solo car crash with a car that crashed into the center divide, blocking the left lane. Right now, CHP on the way to assist. So right now, we're seeing a little bit of a delay behind the scenes. Eastbound 80 across to the top. This is right near Northgate Boulevard. There are reports of a hazard on the roadway. Actually, looks like CHP is in the process of clearing that off the roadway. And right now, no delay as you're making your way through the area. However, making your way in the westbound direction of 80 across the top, looks like we got some sluggish traffic beginning just after Winter Street out towards, looks like Norwood Avenue. Nothing too major, just a little sluggish through the area. But getting into West Sacramento, you'll start to see a little bit of brake lights west El Camino Avenue down towards Reed Avenue. On the Yolo Causeway, stop-and-go traffic from the Highway 50 to Capitol Avenue. After that, getting onto the Yellow Causeway, not too bad into the Davis area. Also, Cap City Freeway going in the southbound direction. Don McGill and stretching from the split all the way down to the American River. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes. Mornings and afternoons. Roy LaMilla, KBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1630 AM. Showers in the valley today. We're going to see snow in the high country for much of the day, and then that rolls into tonight. Tomorrow, 50% chance of more showers and snow in the high country. Thursday starts to dissipate. 20% chance of showers in the morning, partly sunny with a high of 60 degrees. That's a 3-day.
Time now for news from your neighborhood, and what do you have?
Well, today is California Agricultural Day. Ag Day is an annual celebration recognizing California's agricultural community by showcasing the bounteous crops and commodities produced in our state. It is also a day for farmers and ranchers to show their appreciation by bringing together state legislators, government leaders, and the public for agricultural education. So there's going to be an event today happening on the west steps of the state capitol at 10:30 a.m. this morning.
They better have umbrellas.
Disney has announced they're laying off like 4,000 employees, and now they're saying that ESPN could be affected, other entertainment divisions could, everybody apparently is vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, this comes after the 9,000 Amazon layoffs that we reported yesterday, including a lot of them from Twitch, which is a big entertainment portal.
And Janet Yellen spent a portion of her morning trying to reassure everybody that things are okay, that there are backstops in place, and that the banking industry is just fine. And we're going to pick up on that topic on the other side of the break. We've got Emma Nguyen, who's going to be joining us live.
Yes, this is the Fed starts their 2-day meeting to decide how much, or they will raise rates at all.
Right, and she's going to be talking a little bit more about the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. What did the San Francisco Fed know? Should they have known more? So there's a lot to get to with her.
From Auburn to Dixon, that's Keep It Local, bringing you the local information that matters to you.
News from your neighborhood, that's what we do here. We keep it local.
Local news, breaking news, traffic, and weather.
It gives you some awareness of what's really going on.
KSBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Join us to celebrate the songs and artists you've loved over the past year.
At our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Hosted by Lenny Kravitz.
With television award recipient Taylor Swift.
And performances by iHeart Icon Award recipient Pink, Coldplay, Kelly Clarkson, LL Cool J, Keith Urban, Pat Benatar, Emil Geraldo, Lotto, Money Long, Cody Johnson, and more.
Watch on Fox and listen on iHeartRadio.
Monday night at 8 p.m.
Salt is for seasoning, not drinking. Water softeners add sodium to water without filtering it. It's Kitty O'Neill. Here's something better than a softener. A LifeSource salt-free water system. Softeners do not filter water and remove healthy minerals. LifeSource filters water from every tap and keeps healthy minerals. Without maintenance, salt or servicing. New customers can get a free ApiPure antibacterial filter, a savings of $825 with qualifying purchase. Offer ends March 31st, so call 916-312-6430. LifeSourceWater.com.
Is Social Security blended into your bigger financial picture? I'm Scott Hansen, and at Always in-person Social Security planning workshop, we'll show you how planning better can mean tens of thousands in extra benefit dollars in your retirement. Register at AllWithFinancial.com.
Sky's the limit at the new Sky River Casino. Sign up now for a Sky River Rewards card at SkyRiver.com and take your loyalty further with rewards that add up and up. Now open in Elk Grove. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters. And that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. CordellCordell.com.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started. And in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee that's on payroll during COVID-19.
GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based on incomplete or outdated information. So don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Now trending on the KFBK Morning News with Christina Mendoza and Sam Shane.
DEA has issued a public safety alert about two widespread threats of fentanyl mixed with xylazine. That's an animal tranquilizer. It's known as trank, and trank results in body ulcers and the rotting of extremities. It cannot be reversed with the use of Narcan.
ABC News confirmed on Monday that the Federal Reserve was aware of risks to Silicon Valley Bank more than a year before its collapse. Even more, ABC News also confirmed a Wall Street Journal report that the Fed cited risks to Silicon Valley Bank's management as early as 2019, 4 years before the bank's collapse. ABC's M. Wynn joins us now live with the latest. Aren't the regulators paid to not only find the problems, but make some moves to stop it, to force the bank to make some changes?
Yeah, exactly. And so now the Federal Reserve is facing stinging criticism for appearing not to do enough for what observers say were clear signs that SVB was at a high risk of collapsing. And the Fed, usually applies more stringent rules to bigger banks. So SVB, who used to be mid-sized, really grew rapidly during the pandemic over the past few years, likely would have moved the bank into a progressively tougher form of supervision from the regulator. But now the Fed is conducting an internal review of how it supervised and regulated SVB, expected to be released May 1st. But of course, as you mentioned, as early as 2019, the Fed issued a warning to SVB about risk management practices. And then in 2021, with the review of the bank, the Fed found key weaknesses to SVB, including its handling of liquidity. And by 2022, the Fed rated the bank deficient for governance and control. So this also is centered around the bank just not having properly ensured that it had access to enough easily accessible cash in the event of crisis. So even with the Fed repeatedly warning the bank of its problems, it still did not prevent the bank's failure.
Well, that's hardly reassuring. And then I'm kind of curious, Em, are they going to possibly take a look at other institutions, other banks that may be vulnerable, and take this beyond SVB?
Yeah, absolutely. They've already taken a look closer at smaller and mid-sized banks. A number of them appear to need more help, need more regulations, and so that's going to be something that the Fed is going to be looking into very closely. Of course, the number of banks that appear to need more supervision or regulations is a lot smaller percentage-wise compared to just the vast number of U.S. banks there are. So it shouldn't have a big problem when it comes to the banking sector right now. But it's certainly something that will be looked at with the Federal Reserve and with, Janet Yellen and the Treasury Secretary Department.
All right, ABC's Ann Wynn, thank you very much. I appreciate the update.
Let's get you caught up on traffic right now. We do this every 10 minutes, and here's Mr. Roy Lamont.
The support bumps by Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Things are improving a little bit on westbound 80 between Roselle and the Split. Only a 12-minute drive, just a little crowded as you're making your way between Elkhorn Boulevard and Madison due to an earlier accident that's been cleared off the roadway. However, Kansas City Freeway going westbound from the Split to downtown, that's going to be slow. 21 minutes with slow-go traffic beginning at the Split to Watt Avenue. Then again from the beginning of the Marconi curve down towards the American River. Northbound bound coming up from Elk Grove, only a 13-minute drive. Your normal slow-go commute on northbound 99 from Elk Grove to downtown, that's going to take you 15 minutes with brake lights beginning just before Florida Road up towards 47th Avenue. After that, it starts to clear up all the way up towards 50. We're looking at westbound 50 closer to downtown, 28 minutes. Brake lights starting just after Bradshaw Road and continue slow and go to 65th Street. After that, just sluggish in spots towards 16th in the Midtown area. Southbound 5 Woodland to downtown, 25 minutes. Stop and go beginning at 99 and continues congested all the way down towards Garden Highway, and then making your way in from Davis on eastbound 80, only a 15-minute drive. When you call Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing, you'll always get more with Gilmore. Right now, ensure your home comfort systems run safely and efficiently this season with a $59 furnace safety check. Schedule online today at Gilmore.com. Traffic on the 10s. every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Roy Lamilla, KPK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1630 AM.
Showers and thunderstorms expected throughout the day today, even into part of tomorrow. We'll see highs 55 to 59, low tonight 46 to 50, then 57 to 61 for highs tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather's meteorologist Jeff Nordine on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Drizzle and light rain 47.